Alright, hello internet and welcome back to Starfield.
Go to the cave in my vision, near the edge of the crater. If my vision is true, you will find him there. Let the great serpent forever guide you.
I don't know, it still says I have to talk to her, but I don't think I do. Oh, so I have to go do the cave. Right.
Go to the cave in my vision, near the edge of the crater.
Okay, so I can't go help the other houses until I've gone to the cave. I feel like we're gonna get attacked. What in the world? This is like anti-gravity? So creepy. Guessing we're going this way. Heard something over there. Whoa! Their weapons are like insane. Oh my gosh, I am almost dead. Come on! I'm gonna kill you guys in like 2 minutes. That's how long my damage boost lasts.
I don't stock up on junk.
I feel like we're gonna run into a whole heap more. Well, he's here. He's chanting. Is that him? What, the spiders? Oh, this is creepy. It's footsteps again. Oh, he's getting louder. Swirliness is going this way. I'm guessing I'm following the swirliness.
I speak into this void, and it answers with silence. Have you abandoned me, Great Serpent? Do you not hear my pleas?
I hear you.
You understand me? Hear my voice. But I do not know you. I hesitate to ask, but what manner of being are you? Do you truly serve his will?
Nope. I do what I do for the good of mankind. Or I could just go into his fantasy. I might get more out of him. Yeah, the Great Serpent has guided me to you.
Yes. He works through you and built the path to guide you to me. I have reached out so many times to hear nothing but echoes. Yet you, an outsider, hear me plain. And for the first time, I hear you. Clearly your arrival here is fated. By stepping into this void, we are now linked. There is still reason to hope. The Great Serpent will see us through. But time is short. The bridge collapses. The gate is still open. The experiment still runs. Find me in the Scaled Citadel. I will wait for you there.
Whoa. What was that? One of those things. That's what it was. Boost. Oh, they move so quickly. Did you heal? I feel like it healed. Let's see, the little one's gone. There's another big one! No! I don't know if I need vortex shards, but I'm getting them. They like sleep on rocks? I'm guessing Sarah could come with me. Wow. There is so many! Oh, can I not go backwards? So many. Oh no. Where'd it go? Oh my god, they just keep on coming. I don't know how to collapse the cave.
overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
Oh, that was scary in there. Now I've got to go up to the Citadel? How do we get up there? Okay.
Do you seek counsel? You return. What news do you have of Anasco?
Nasco. Nasco is waiting for us in the Scaled Citadel. I was able to speak with him.
Then my vision did not betray me.
Well, it would seem I owe you an apology, sister.
There is no need, brother. Your skepticism only strengthens us.
As you say. But, to the matter at hand, did Anasco mention anything that could aid us in his extraction?
I don't think he knows any better than us how to get him out.
Still, you were able to communicate with him. Should he appear again, perhaps that link remains.
It is much more than that. Normally when I pray for Anasco's return, I sense he is lost, fading. But when I last prayed to the Great Serpent, I felt Anasco's presence clear and distinct. Even as it receded, I felt him anchored to this world. Yes, there are some who suggest that when Jinan communed with the Great Serpent, a similar bond had been established. I believe the same is true for you and Anasco.
I would need time to attempt a scientific explanation for why or how this happened, but for now, let us assume my sister is correct.
Regardless if we have an explanation now, my scientific curiosity is piqued nonetheless.
This husks comments aside, that is the essence of faith. Not all things require explanation. I do not know what lies ahead. My visions do not go beyond this point. But I do know this link would play a role. In fact, I am certain of it.
Agreed. And with this settled, we can now continue the work of aligning the noble houses. Together, we will find a way to complete the mourning device.
Okay. Can I just...
I wonder if there is an element of survivor's guilt to live in such splendor, or if the residents don't care about the optics.
Wow, Sarah.
I hope when you return to the settled systems, you'll aid in showing them the true path.
Nope. It's pretty though.
You can't be serious granting them an audience. This is exactly the impression we don't want to give.
Please, Jamal. Don't you see how all this works in our favor? It's not up for discussion. I won't risk what we've worked so hard to achieve. It's done.
No, you'd risk our future and reputation as a house. But you are the chosen elder.
Ah, don't patronize me. The Great Serpent spared our house. We are favored here. And shouldn't you get back to the council? We can't afford to be absent at a time like this.
I guarantee I'm not missing much. But you're right. I'll be heading back soon enough. Something I can do for you?
No, I need to talk to her. Razma.
So, Akris has sent our newest Vindicator to inquire about Sahima. Don't worry, Jamal's already told me all about you. I'm Razma, Elder of House Kadik and head of the Ministry of Conjunction.
What can you tell me about House Kadik?
House Kadik is one of the 3 noble houses under House Varun. We've a reputation on being the more moderate of the 3. Not as fervent as House Vithal, and not as passive as House Dolkef. We're also largely associated with the Ministry of Conjunction, since I lead the department.
What is the Ministry of Conjunction?
The Ministry of Conjunction is one of the 3 government branches of our society. We deal in information to ensure the High Council can make educated decisions. Most of our work is highly classified. Even the High Council itself may not be aware of all that we're involved in.
Well, let's get down to business.
You're right. It's not wise to waste time on pleasantries, especially now. Besides, who am I to argue with the Great Serpent's choice?
The council sent me to get your cooperation.
I understand, and I can't argue the importance. I know the council is looking to Sahima for answers, but the truth is, she's been taken, along with other members of the house. They're being held hostage by zealots, and now they're demanding negotiations.
Taking hostages and negotiating. Doesn't sound like the zealots we're used to.
Why not just tell the High Council?
Because right now, this situation is a matter for the Ministry of Conjunction. As much as the council thinks it's their business, it's not. At least not yet. They want Sahima, and we're trying to produce her.
How were the zealots able to kidnap your people in the first place?
What happened to Dazra was a cataclysmic event. The city may seem in order now, but those first few days, it was chaos. And the zealots took advantage.
Zealots don't negotiate, they kill on sight.
Perhaps the zealots you know. But they were once a part of Varun society. Our relationship is far more complex. The zealots have yet to name specifics. At best, they'll demand an inordinate amount of credits or firearms. Worst case, a seat at the High Council or even the reinstatement of their house. House Maleen. They know we can't risk Sahima for Dazra's sake. So, they won't hold back when it comes to demands.
What can you tell me about House Maleen?
House Maleen was fully dedicated to Jandar Varun. They objected when his brother, Jarek, was chosen to take over as leader. They knew he would bring an end to the Serpent's Crusade. It's why they abandoned their house and became the zealots you know today, to continue what they believe is Jinan and Jandar's work.
Who is Jandar?
Jinan Varun had twin sons, Jarek and Jandar. Jandar fully supported the Serpent's Crusade, and to many in House Maleen, was the best suited to take over for his father.
If I can get to the hostages first, the zealots will have no leverage.
My thoughts exactly. Normally I'd have agents doing everything possible to find them. But we too suffered losses. We need to be here. Present. I couldn't risk more lives. It's the only reason I even agreed to these negotiations. But now that you're here, I can finally take action.
Just tell me where the hostages are.
And that is where the issue lies. I don't know where the Zealots are keeping Sahima, but I have a good idea who does. Their name is Merrick. Merrick is a Kadik, and they also work for me as an agent in the Ministry of Conjunction. This is where matters get complicated.
If Merrick knows, how come you haven't forced them to tell you?
Once I made the decision to go through with the negotiations, it wasn't necessary. Now that the situation has changed, well, that's going to be your job now.
Sounds like Merrick is my next stop.
Indeed, they are. As I said, Merrick works for me in the Ministry of Conjunction. They've been establishing an inside relationship with the Zealots for some time now, on my orders. Forcing them to give up the information could jeopardize all they've worked for. So don't expect them to be forthcoming. Get the information any way you see fit, as long as no physical harm comes to them.
I certainly hope it wouldn't come to that.
Why would giving the location jeopardize Merrick's work?
The Zealots don't trust easily. If their location was discovered, Merrick would most likely be the first they'd suspect. They'd never trust them or any agent of House Kadik again.
You're establishing a relationship with the Zealots?
What better way to surveil a threat? It's important for us to know what the Zealots may be targeting, to stay one step ahead.
Any tips on getting through to Merrick?
Merrick is proud of what they've accomplished, so I doubt they'll give up information easily. If being persuasive isn't your strong suit, perhaps appealing to their substantial ego may help. If you can stomach it. Just don't be direct. I'm sure it would put them on the defensive. Either that, or make them completely unwilling to talk.
Zealots took your people. How can you remain so calm?
The people of Dazra look to us elders for strength and guidance. We cannot fail them at a time like this. Don't let my composure fool you, promised? It's neither easy nor something I take lightly.
I'll return once I've learned the location.
See that you do. You'll find Merrick upstairs in the meditation room.
I really like their architecture. This place is so pretty.
You're no member of House Kadik. What are you doing here?
I may not be House Kadik, but I'm the only one here that's communicating with Anasko Varun.
Oh, so you're the heretic turned vindicator who thinks they're one of us now. So tell me, what would a chosen one such as yourself want with someone like me?
I think you know.
Oh, I certainly don't. I may have many talents, but mind reading isn't one of them.
Rasmus said you know. No, it's not ridiculous. Rasma told me, you know.
Well, you could have led with that. I guess this means the High Council is still asking Auntie Rasma where Sahima is. And if you're here making demands, she obviously has decided to make use of you rather than undergo sincere negotiations. I see what's going on here.
Very perceptive. I can see why Rasma is so impressed with you.
Well, I am one of the few to garner any amount of trust with the Zealots, so she should be. I can't imagine where the Ministry of Conjunction would be without me.
At such a young age, too, she must consider you a prodigy.
I do have a natural talent. It's nice to see I'm being properly recognized. I may excel in my skills, but it doesn't mean the hours I put in are any less.
Of course not. Good work takes time, no matter how talented you are.
Exactly. There's still research, analysis, documentation. Too much documentation, if you ask me. But altogether, I have the exact talents needed to do this job, which is why I was entrusted with the Zealots in the first place. I admit it hasn't always been easy. They are Zealots, you know.
Wouldn't a zealot attack on sight? How do you get close to them?
I see you're familiar with standard Zealot tactics. But it's really all about crafting the perfect scenario to encounter the right one. You don't just waltz up and say hello. It takes a great deal of surveillance and profiling to determine the right approach.
I can't imagine how hard it must have been to earn the zealot's trust.
You have no idea. I can't even tell you how much time and effort it's been to sway the Zealots my way. Not to mention the stress over my own personal well-being. I may be the best at what I do, but I'm not stupid. The Zealots do have the element of unpredictability.
If they're unpredictable, you can see how the negotiations may not work.
I had a feeling this conversation was going to take a turn. I've worked hard to obtain my position with the Zealots. And like I've told Rasma 1,000 times, I have no reason to believe they're going to hurt my dear cousins, especially Sahima. So, as far as I'm concerned, that information stays with me.
You really think the zealots won't harm the hostages?
Sahima isn't just being held hostage, they're putting her to work. The Zealots aren't stupid. They know what Sahima was involved in, and if they can beat us to that tech, they're going to try.
You really should rethink your position on the hostages.
As much as I'd like to help you, I don't think so.
You really need to consider the dangers here.
I think I've considered them enough.
If I do that one, like that's going against what the other lady said. He's got a big ego. So, we need Sahima to solve this, and you know it.
Isn't that what the negotiations are for?
These negotiations could just be a pretense, and you know it.
But they could be exactly what gets us Sahima back. Serpent, save me. Stop talking. Now leave me alone before I call security and have you escorted out. Or worse.
So how am I supposed to find the location of the base?
Why are you still here?
Can't talk to him anymore. Oh, is this his room? Log 5.6. I met with the head at Shadow Station Epsilon to discuss the benefits of a true alliance again. He finds our proposals so far to be unfair. It's true, they heavily benefit House Kadik, but what does he expect? We can't afford to supply them with the upgraded ordnance they truly want, and even if we could, we wouldn't be foolish enough to give it to them. I just learned the zealots kidnapped several of my cousins while we were all in the wake of destruction and loss. I'll need to arrange a meeting with the head to see what his plan is. I'm not sure whether to be shocked or angry. Whatever hit Dazra was so sudden. If the zealots saw the chance to make a move, it makes sense they didn't have the time to discuss it. But at the same time, I thought the connections I'd made were better. I see this as a failing on my part. Discussions with their head did not go well. He confirmed the kidnapping of my cousins, but wasn't willing to discuss his plans for negotiations. Razma and Dijmal kept pressuring me for information, but they both know how hard I've worked to cultivate this relationship. If I give up intel now, we lose greater opportunities for the future. Besides, I have no reason to believe the head will harm the hostages. In fact, they need them. Zahimar is in particular. They may put her to work, but at least they need her alive. The head isn't stupid enough to lose the only leverage he's ever had. As far as I'm concerned, my cousins are safe at Shadow Station Epsilon. Something horrible happened today. I can't understand it. I don't even know what to call it. But I have to get this out. So here I am, starting personal logs. It's like something shook our world and left it gutted. One of our temples is just gone, gouged out of the very ground. House Vetol, mangled. House Dulkef, a crater. And the scaled citadel, surrounded by a haze of energy I've never seen. Did Anasko Varun and the others even survive inside? What happened? Is this a terrorist attack? This is beyond any zealot knowledge. The settled systems aren't even aware of our existence. An unknown alien threat? Or perhaps the shrouding, in a way no one would have anticipated. Is the Great Serpent angry with us? Hundreds of our brethren have been lost, and the number continues to rise. Today was hard, the hardest I've had to bear in my life. I almost prefer the initial chaos and questions that flooded our minds to this, to whatever this is. Is loss so indescribable? And to think others are calling us lucky. Lucky that our noble house still stands. Lucky that we lost few instead of many. This isn't luck. We all feel the loss. How can we not? Another day of chaos as we're finally able to observe the actual devastation with clear minds. It's worse than we could have imagined. The remaining High Council members and elders are taking all the action they can, setting up clinical stations and temporary housing. Who knows where Dulkef will end up? And I doubt Cathal will stay in their ruin of a home. Constant vigils are being held, and I pray the Great Serpent hears us. Is this the price we pay for trying to reach his greatness? Rasma told me our house has taken another blow. Zealots have somehow infiltrated Dazra and taken several members of our house. I can only assume this was possible due to the state of our city. Shaima and Gavin were among them, which means the Zealots took them after they had gathered a team to aid the newly homeless. Insult to injury. So now this means I'm forced to refocus my efforts on my work. I can barely keep it together. It's going to take all my strength to maintain my composure and speak with the head.
Find anything useful on there?
Yeah, I did. Thanks for asking. These jellyfish terrarium thingies, I really want one in real life. I reckon they're so cool.
I may complain about their level of secrecy and paperwork, but at least we deal with subterfuges.
You must have gotten the location.
I did. Merrick's computer was most forthcoming. The location is Shadow Station Epsilon.
Very resourceful. And luckily, a location I'm familiar with. If my intel is correct, you can find Shadow Station Epsilon in the Badlands, north of Dazra. I can send you the coordinates.
What are these shadow stations?
The Shadow Stations were established during the Serpent's Crusade. A series of secret military installations that few knew about, and even fewer may remember. The idea was to have isolated centers focused on different aspects of furthering the crusade. This way, if one fell, it wouldn't endanger the others.
Anything else you can tell me about the Shadow Station Epsilon?
Epsilon was once a research station, with a focus on grav drive manipulation. The Zealots have since vastly expanded upon it. But it makes sense if they intend to use Sahima to their advantage.
Oh, Sahima, that's how you say your name. Why didn't you try to search Shadow Station Epsilon earlier?
Shadow Station Epsilon is one of many Zealot bases scattered throughout. As I mentioned before, I wasn't willing to risk agent lives in order to scout them all.
Those Zealots are about to lose their leverage.
If anything happens to the hostages, they will lose a lot more than leverage.
Don't worry. If anyone can bring those hostages back safely, it's us.
Now that we have a rescue mission underway, I'll speak to Merrick about setting up the negotiations. The current plan is to hold them at one of the geothermal power stations. Meet us there when Sahima and the others are safe.
Why this particular power station?
It's a fairly neutral location, and just the right distance from Dazra, so both parties will feel safe. The geothermal stations are also autonomous in nature, so we don't have to worry about unwanted eyes and ears.
I'll meet you at the power station when everyone is safe.
Good. Serpent willing, your timing will line up. I'll stall the Zealots as long as I can, which shouldn't be an issue. That being said, I'd still appreciate it if you could act quickly. Now, Jamal wants an update before you leave. Just don't let her distract you for too long.
Vindicator, a word before you go. Tell me, Vindicator, what do you know about the Zealots?
The Zealots are old members of the once noble house Maleen.
I'm impressed. You've already learned quite a bit from your time with us. The Zealots are widely frowned upon within our society. They're a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade, days we'd like to forget. Has my dear sister given you any history on our house's relations with the Zealots?
Rasma said Merrick is working on establishing a relationship with the Zealots.
I'm surprised she even mentioned that much. Rasma would have everyone believe she only wishes to keep an eye on the Zealots, so the Council can make informed decisions. The truth is, she's had this particular group of Zealots under her thumb for quite some time. This is only a problem now because she's lost control. That is the real reason why Rasma hasn't informed the High Council, and I'm sworn to silence.
I don't see how anyone could sympathize with such fanatics, let alone work with them.
Rasma lost control of the Zealots?
Yes, I'll get to that momentarily.
I'm sure that's something the High Council wouldn't be too keen on.
As a member, I can say it certainly is not. House Kadik already has a reputation for being sympathetic to the Zealots. But the truth is far worse. Rasma wants the Zealots to back House Kadik, so the balance of power between the noble houses would shift to us. She's been employing them, paying them in supplies that aid their blind crusade.
Why would Zealots ever back a noble house?
Rasma would believe they want to reintegrate or even reestablish House Maleen, and she's a fool for it. The Zealots want nothing but the means to carry out their war. Credits, weapons, and ships. And these very supplies would be used to harm not only your people, but our own as well.
House Kadik is sympathetic to the Zealots?
There are several members who are sympathetic toward them or their cause. Some see beyond their extremist veneer and believe they're just misguided. A very small few may believe Jandar truly was the rightful heir, but none would ever admit it. I'm certain it's the case that members of the other houses feel the same. House Kadik is just the only one who's been exposed for it.
I find it hard to believe the High Council isn't aware of any of this.
The Council knows nothing of her work with the Zealots, and I aim to keep it that way. All elders have their own ambitions. I'm certain that's all they see. What none of us expected was the disaster that is the Scaled Citadel. The aftermath is what allowed the Zealots to grab Sahima and the others, flipping the balance of power in their favor. Rasma has lost control and is putting House Kadik's reputation and power at risk.
But I'm going to find her so Rasma can take back control.
And that's what I wish to speak to you about. House Kadik shouldn't be associating with Zealots at all, except on an extermination level. But worse, we absolutely cannot be supplying them with ordnance of any kind. We need to cut ties with the Zealots altogether.
I take it this conversation isn't about giving you an update.
Far from it. I want you to put an end to any connections between House Kadik and the Zealots. And while my position won't allow me to be blunt, I'll still make it clear. Should the hostages not survive, Rasma would blame the Zealots and cut all ties.
And I thought Zealots were bad. Now I'm not sure what disgusts me more.
How is killing your own family any better than what Rasma is doing?
Those few lives will be nothing compared to the lives the Zealots will take if House Kadik continues to supply them. Sacrificing them would open my sister's eyes, quelling any sympathy and desire to work with the Zealots. Once Rasma no longer sees the Zealots as an ally, the rest will soon follow.
I thought we needed her alive.
What we need is Sahima's research, which she has with her. You just need to bring it back.
I'm not committing to anything.
Think about it if you must. But if you care about your people, you'll come to the same conclusion as I have. And when you do, just know that we can't afford any loose ends. No witnesses. As far as everyone else is concerned, the hostages were dead when you arrived, and you exacted revenge in House Kadik's name.
If I care about my people, what people?
The settled systems, of course. They're the Zealots' #1 target with more victims every day.
Like I said, I'm not committing to anything.
I trust you'll make the right decision. Until then, I'll see you at the negotiations.
Surely there's a way that I could do this without killing all the hostages. Well, that's sucky. I was hoping you could call your rover over, but it doesn't look like you can. Okay. So let's see.
Loser, another notch on my gun. Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
I really should have sold before I came here. Who detected me?
Take cover, brother! Making room!
Yes!
Oh my goodness.
Damn it! You picked the wrong day to piss me off! Yeah.
I gotta turn these turrets off somehow.
Oh, I'm hit!
Let's do this!
I'm wounded!
No idea where Sarah went.
Not gonna last much longer. Hard to breathe.
You cannot win!
I gotta find some place to sell. Oh, Sarah's over there. Oh, you okay now, Sarah?
Food for the great serpent!
Ow.
You will fall!
Ow.
You will suffer!
Sarah, you're gonna die.
Nice stinging.
How did the dude end up in there?
Oh, my eyes! Your demise has been ordained!
Is that the dude that fell down earlier?
The great serpent demands blood! Ah!
Here we go. This sniper rifle was great.
If you're searching them, make it quick.
Damn it!
maybe I go in this way. I didn't loot everyone else though.
This almost looks like a museum. The sculptures are beautiful in their own way.
Battle has been lost.
Oh, I thought that was Sarah.
My head! Ah, my head!
This is badly for you.
Oh, there's another turret. Sarah, you should know by now that I need all the stuff. Okay, I didn't need scissors, but I got them anyway. I'm really low on medical supplies. Can't hack their computer. What are these things? Health pack.
heathen! Prepare for judgment!
You could have spawned what? Robot control. Maybe I could have done this stealthy? I'm not sure if I want to activate robots because they could kill the
Ah, the heathen has escaped, but in time they'll pay.
the thingamabobs, the hostages.
Might as well take what we can.
Yes, now you're getting it, Sarah. I have contraband.
I will believe you.
Get down!
Wow, he's fast.
Give it your best shot.
I thought I disabled all the robots.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the post.
If you're here to help, that zealot has a key. You have to get me out of here. Who are you?
I'm Vindicator Cheetah. Rasma sent me to rescue you.
Serpent's Grace, I knew it! I knew she wouldn't just leave us here to rot. It's more than just me. There are others. The Zealots have been using them to force me to continue my research here. They think I have all the answers since the original experiment was a catastrophic failure.
You poor thing. I always associate zealots with direct violence. Oh, these manipulative tactics are new for me.
The original experiment? What are you talking about?
The original experiment. The one that took out half of Dazra and sealed off the Scaled Citadel. Surely you must know. I'm sorry. I realize the Elders and Council members may not be properly disseminating this information. I'm not one for politics, obviously.
The Zealots are forcing you to continue your research here?
Well, the Zealots think they are forcing me to continue my research here. They want me to apply my theories to Anasco's Scaled Citadel debacle. Somehow they ascertained my previous involvement.
Good news. The High Council thinks you have all the answers too.
So my theory is correct. Or I should say, the High Council now believes my theory, the better theory, is correct. I knew it! I told them their algorithms and insufficient testing were only giving the illusion of stability. But no one wants to listen to me. Not the girl who put people twice my age to shame when it came to assessments. Of course, this is what it would take for Rasma to send someone after me.
The Zealots also plan on using you as a pawn in negotiations.
Negotiations? Oh, right. I'd almost forgotten. I overheard the Zealots mention negotiating with House Kadik, so the motivations are clear. Not only does the High Council deem me important, but Rasma needs to remove me from the equation. I get it. But at least now everyone knows I was right.
When we get back, you can say that to their faces.
With pleasure, but I won't leave without the others. The Zealots aren't aware of how I've been delving into their systems here. I told them I needed full access if they expect me to replicate Anasco's experiment, and I didn't even bother with risk assessment. They think I'm applying my theories to their poor excuse for technology down here. Granted, I could probably make it work if I had to.
Alright, Miss Humility, let's focus on freeing the hostages here.
Right. Focus. The other hostages are being kept just beyond this room. I can disengage the locks to their cell and grant you access to an elevator in the room beyond that will take them to safety. You just have to clear out that area first, and the Zealots down there are... different.
How are these Zealots different?
The Zealots you'll encounter beyond here are... altered somehow. To be made thus would be to show them the Great Serpent's mercy.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere yet. While you get the rescue underway, I'm going to set up certain guarantees here. I'll meet you and the others outside.
Guarantees? What are you going to do?
The Zealots have a small network here that I can plug into. They think I've been working on my research, when really, I've been formulating a virus that will shut down this entire base. And their ships.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
And a well-thought-out one at that. I just need enough time to set up a remote device so I can launch a virus that will render this place useless. Think of it as a failsafe to guarantee our safety. The Zealots would never risk this base or their ships.
Why not set up your remote device to sabotage the Zealots earlier?
These are Zealots we're dealing with. The only reason they even have hostages is to make sure I stay in line. I couldn't threaten them without knowing the others were safe.
Give me your research in case you don't make it.
No way. It's probable that we'll make it, and when we do, I'm handing this over to a familiar face. No offense. Now move it. You've got hostages to free.
For God's sake, drop some of that rubbish already.
At least I'm getting some more ammo. Whoa. Whoa. Oh no.
I don't even need a gun.
We're gonna last much longer. I owe you
Where'd he
one.
go?
You're done.
Oh, I'm hit! Ah! Ah! Winged me! Come on!
Oh, I can't steal his armor? That sucks.
Serpent, be merciful. Has help finally arrived?
What do you want now? You realize it's been days since we've had any food.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
But if you're not a zealot, who are you?
I'm the one breaking you out of this place.
Thank the serpent. And Sahima, did you find her? Is she safe?
What do you know about these redeemed zealots?
We haven't been able to observe much. They are physically superior, stronger, faster. They ignore pain and are resistant to things that would take any normal person down in an instant. I'm not sure what the zealots have done to create them, but I would surmise the process was less than pleasant.
Is this all of you?
If only there were more of us down in the caves.
She's fine. Just follow me and we can get out of here.
Look, we can't just leave. The zealots separated us. Our brethren are still out there. Please, I can ready my people here, but you'll have to deal with the zealots and rescue the others so we may all escape safely.
Just be ready to go once it's clear.
I'll be keeping an eye out, so we'll be ready.
Okay, that's it. Time to sell some of your junk.
Easy, Sarah.
We have these jetpacks for a reason,
No. I need health. No. Oh, let me move. He's coming already. Where's the crazy?
Find anything useful?
Whew. Well, that worked a lot better. Man, I need meds.
Oh, this is certain to make us both very happy indeed.
What?
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
Great serpent, save me. Thank the serpent. I thought I was done for.
An unknown ally. Today, Michael introduced us to our newest weapon against the heretics. They are called the Redeemed, but it remains to be seen how they live up to their name. Truly, the Redeemed are a weapon, a force to be reckoned with, but it is such a fate, one of great honor or punishment. They fight and speak with a fever we share, but while ours comes from a place of passion and conviction, theirs comes from somewhere primal. It is both all they know and all they have. So I'm guessing we're going down here.
I never thought I'd leave that wretched place.
All the hostages are free though, right?
Is this? I'm not ready. The Great Serpent has heard me. Thank you.
There was another hostage. And we're going down here.
The Great Serpent was truly watching over us.
You did it. You got everyone out.
I did.
I thought we were dead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
My prayers have been answered.
You did it. It's true what they say. The air really does smell fresher.
Serpent bless you. We owe you our lives. Thank you.
I'm not gonna talk to you while your back is to me. You're welcome. I'm glad everyone made it out safely.
Now, it's time for you to head back. I'm going to stay back a moment and make sure everyone here is okay to make it back safely. I'll catch up with you shortly. Just let me know where the negotiations are taking place.
They're at the Badlands power station and you're coming with me.
Have I mentioned I'm sick of people telling me what to do? I'm staying. I'll be there when it counts. Now go.
Good luck. If you need help, you know where we'll be.
I can't thank you enough for saving us.
What, you're not coming either, Sarah?
Yes?
From such a vantage point, you can almost see the Great Serpent's grand design. Welcome, my friend. Are not the beauty and majesty of nature truly splendid? There is serenity here that cannot be found in the city. It is the ideal place to contemplate the secrets and mysteries of the cosmos. A kindred spirit, then. Wonderful. Let us share a brief meditation in celebration of this meeting. Now close your eyes and breathe in deeply. Be calm. Do you feel that? It is the presence of the Great Serpent, omnipotent and all-seeing. Such divine communion purifies us and makes us strong. You may think this is a chance meeting, but I know the truth. The Great Serpent has a plan for us all, my friend, and this encounter is a part of it.
The Great Serpent had nothing to do with it. I'm here to deliver a package.
The truth can be as invisible as the wind for those who lack the vision to see it. But belief is not required to be made an instrument of the Great Serpent's will. As for the delivery, it's good to know that Ligiana has found a replacement courier. This package of dried and salted goat's meat will sustain me in my contemplations. So captivated am I by the Serpent's mysteries, I sometimes go days without remembering to eat. I know it's customary to pay upon receipt, but let me pose you this question. If we carry out the will of the Great Serpent, is that not the greatest reward of all? Compared to such divine favor, the worth of a few credits is a mere pittance.
The Great Serpent wants you to pay me, I'm sure of it.
I see. Far be it from me to deny the will of the Great Serpent. I wonder what else he has told you, and why he has chosen you to hear his divine voice. Questions for another day, perhaps. For now, here is your payment.
A geothermal plant. There may be a source of hot water underneath here.
Is your intent to be unreasonable the whole time? I thought this was a negotiation.
We're having a friendly chat, aren't we? It's not my fault you don't find my offers acceptable.
Nah, just the person I wanted to see. Please tell me you bring good news.
Sahima and the other hostages are safe.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Razma, who is this? You allow any commoner to just waltz in on official business. I'd expect better security from House Kadik.
This is hardly official business.
Yes, and now these so-called negotiations are over.
Over? You'd risk everything after the whispers of a stranger. I demand to know who this is.
I am the Serpent's chosen vindicator, the only one who can understand Anask Baroon. Or I'm the one putting an end to this negotiation.
You're no one. Only a complete fool would expect me to believe this.
It's true, Mihail. And if you don't leave now, peacefully, I'll make sure your ships and Shadow Station Epsilon are made dust.
You... How did you... You're bluffing.
Test me. You think a genius mind like mine wouldn't find a way to hack into every system in your base? This remote device will launch a virus that will detonate systems within Epsilon, and reach your ships as well.
You realize how this may affect future partnerships, Razma. You'd jeopardize our connections.
It jeopardizes nothing. It merely restores the natural order.
The natural order. I could take you all out here and now. You know every one of us is prepared to answer the Serpent's call.
Launch the virus. It's impossible to reason with zealots.
Are you sure?
You launch that virus, and I guarantee blood will spill.
I'm giving you one more chance to reconsider.
What's there to reconsider?
Fine, but this is on you.
Let's get this over with.
Our next stop is the moon.
Ow.
From accursed to penitent.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
That's one way to handle negotiations.
May the Great Serpent bless you.
I suppose I should have expected this. Negotiating with zealots. House Kadik is in your debt.
As am I. I owe you my life.
Sahima, you are a part of this house.
I know. I just wanted to say thank you. Personally. And here, it's the research and algorithm the High Council wants. I'm sure they'll appreciate it more coming from you.
Astrophysics, grav drive theory isn't easily grasped by people your age. Be proud of this.
Oh, I am. Very. I just don't think the High Council is ready for the series of I told you so's that I would surely inundate them with. Plus, I think I'll wait until after they've proven out my theories to approach them on that topic. I'm going to head back home now to check on the others, but maybe come find me later?
Sure, I'll see you around.
Great. You can find me at the Great House whenever you get the chance.
We'll talk later, Sahima. As I was saying, House Kadik is in your debt. You've helped me maintain a very precarious balance.
This business with the zealots needs to end.
And one day it will. But until then, they're a necessary evil. One that we'll be keeping a much closer eye on. I'd appreciate it if you kept this a secret.
I'm not the one you should be worried about.
If you're referring to the members of House Kadik. The others involved know better than to speak of this.
What makes you so confident they'll remain silent?
House ties run deep. Betraying one's house is a display of disloyalty that no house would tolerate. It's a guaranteed way to ostracize yourself in a society like ours.
I wouldn't be so sure.
As House Elder, I know my family well enough. We're all well aware of our unspoken agreements. Now, I have much to do, and so do you. Ekris and the High Council will be expecting you.
I'm sure I echo Rasma's sentiment when I say this business stays between us.
Yes. Alright, well, I'm gonna make the painstakingly long walk back to town, sell a whole bunch of stuff, and next episode we will go talk to the High Council. Well, I hope you guys liked this episode. Please give it a like and please subscribe, it really helps the channel out. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.